All right, so I wanted to shoot this video to remind you guys of the power of PBNs and how much money can be made with affiliate marketing when you get PBNs involved. So on my screen, you see, a report from the last year where it's $235 in earnings. You may look at that and say, Greg, you're showing us millions of dollars. Why is this so big? This is so big because I haven't logged into ClickBank probably in years. Like I actually had to reset my password because I haven't logged in so long. And I got this sale off, or I'm sorry, these sales. There's been 7 sales this year, but I got a payment in my bank account for like $112, I think. I must not notice the last couple they sent me. And I was like, where the hell did that come from? So I dug in, and it was actually from a site that I haven't touched in like 7 or 8 years. And I just want to go over this because I'll show you the site. I want to show you the links going to it and remind you of some really important SEO factors, kind of basic things I teach that people forget about. And there's almost sometimes a better lesson in the smaller stuff because it resonates with people a little better. Sometimes when I show the commissions for millions of dollars a year, I think people look at that and they're like, yeah, nah. Like either they don't believe it or they think they can't do that. I think if we start here at a more basic level and you see something that is a lower income, for some of you, I think it resonates even more, those lower income numbers. So I want to go over this site with you and just show you what's going on here, and just this will help you understand some of the core concepts that I teach with SEO, and I think it will really help some of you. Okay, so again, $235 in the last year, but you're going to see how ugly this is, and it's, again, something I haven't touched in 7 or 8 years, and it's really all being powered from one PBN link, and I'm going to show you all that now. Now, I could eventually lose this site's rankings. It's been 8 years now that I'm showing it publicly. Who knows? Maybe Google will find it and axe it. I don't know, because I'm going to show you the PBN and all that. But I don't care. It's $250 a year, whatever it is. So if I go here, the actual what we're ranking for is the Magic of Making Up, which is a product on ClickBank. Now, way back here, so I started this site. Let's go check it out. I'll show you what it looks like, and I also want to show you when I created it. So I'm going to copy this. We're going to go to whois.com. Now, I'm going to see what year I created this in. It was probably almost 10 years ago, I'm guessing. Yeah, so I created this in 2015. And I just did a whole bunch of ClickBank products back then. And actually, when I created this site, it was making me like a few grand a year at least because I was ranking up top when it was getting a lot more searches. Now it's a really old product. It's almost 10 years old. So it doesn't get nearly as many searches now. So, it's still making me money, a couple $100 a year. But back then when I created this, it was making me like a few grand, maybe even like 10, 20 grand a year. And you'll see how bad this site is. So if I bring this up, look at this header. Again, this hasn't been touched in like, 8 years, something like that. But it's not really like a super nice site. It's just kind of, crappy content. We made it look a little good. We made it look decent, but it still sells. And the other thing is I could really be building a list here. We've got, if we go back to ClickFunnels, or I'm sorry, back to ClickBank, we can see it's gotten, about 2,000 clicks in the last year. So I could really be pushing those people into a list and doing more conversions. But again, this is such a small site as far as income goes for me at this point in my career that I just don't touch it. And actually, so we rank number 1 for Magic of Making Up, and then Magic of Making Up Review, I think we're number 3 for. And look, the title for this, or we're number 3. The title for this still says 2019. I don't know why. It still says 2019, but I should probably get that changed. It says 2014 or 2024 in the other one. So I don't know why it's saying 2 different. I don't even know if I have the login for the site. But here's the important part, okay? Number 1, the SEO for this site's not great. Again, I haven't touched this in, I probably haven't logged into this site in like 5 or 6 years at least. Now, what I want to do is look at the backlinks for this site because that's the important part. So let's go ahead and bring up our backlinks. So we have about 25 referring domains. And let's go to the back. Now look, so you can see the traffic history, right? So again, we used to get a lot more traffic back in 2017, and that was because, we were ranking, or I'm sorry, the keyword was getting a lot more searches back then. But let's go look at the links that are linking here, and you'll find this kind of funny. So we're going to go to backlinks, and we're going to organize by domain rating. And you can see how bad this is. Okay, so I used to do like profile links, like TypePad. Then you just had like the keyword in the profile link. So I still have like profile links all the way back then. But because I still have good reverse sync or swim or like keywords in the text, it still seems to be somewhat working. But really, the main thing that's powering the site is one PBN. So you see mostly spammy type links here with foreign anchor text and all that. Here's my one PBN right here. And I actually don't even have this PBN optimized as far as my title goes, which I teach on the channel, you know, how you can kind of power things up. And then the link to this site, if you scroll down, is right here, okay? And you can see this post was made over 8 years ago, back in May 26th of 2016. Now, a couple of reasons I wanted to show this. So, number one, I put out a video saying, well, I think one of the most powerful on-page, or one of the most powerful SEO factors that people don't realize is the age of links. This is a case in point right here. One of the reasons this is ranking so well still is because we have an 8-year-old link from a very powerful site, a homepage link from a very powerful site. That's one of the reasons this ranks so well. Another reason I wanted to show you this is because look at this PBN. This is very obviously a PBN that is ugly, right? And is very obvious, just a blog roll PBN. And I'm going to be honest with you, this is how I create most of my PBNs. People think that the way your PBNs look matters. It doesn't. Okay, what matters is the link. Now, is it better to have a PBN that looks like a real site? Sure, because it just protects you in other ways where if someone did manually come to the site, it's much harder to see. But what I've found is when it comes to PBNs and getting penalties and things like that, the penalties almost always come from an algorithmic standpoint. All my PBNs in the past, I've been doing PBNs for over 10 years now, I've always been able to track to some type of algorithmic penalty, whether I'm linking out to the same site too much or because I have some other type of footprint going on. I'm always able to go back to some type of algorithmic reason that a site gets penalized. I've never seen a site penalized that I've been able to identify where it's a manual penalty, where someone comes to the site and they're like, oh, this is ugly. Looks like a PBN. Penalty. I've never seen it happen. Okay, it almost always comes from algorithmic reasons. So my main concern when I'm doing my PBNs is not the way they look. It is taking care of all the other things, which I cover in the channel. So make sure you subscribe and check out those videos. But the point of this video is, look, with a PBN network, you can do so much with your rankings and with your income. One strong link here has literally made me probably a couple grand just in the last couple of years, just doing nothing, absolutely nothing. And this is small potatoes, right? This is a small informational product that barely gets any searches anymore. And because of this one link I created 8 years ago, I have this continuous income coming in. Now, again, not much, right? $235 in the last year. Small potatoes. But you guys have seen my income shots of millions of dollars a year in earnings, in commissions, from other niches, from the high competition niches. I mainly power those sites through PBNs. Okay, so make sure if you're not including PBNs in your affiliate marketing arsenal when it comes to SEO, you need to be doing that. Okay, you need to be doing that. These links are extremely strong, and if you pay attention to what I teach, and I teach some of it on the channel, I'll have other stuff coming eventually, where I go deep into it. Or if you're, a long-term student of mine, you already know this stuff. But you have to start implementing this if you want to be a serious affiliate marketer. Okay, this is, I shouldn't say have to. You don't have to, but it's a very, very big tool in the arsenal. And I think this is important to show the smaller stuff because you can see this is just one link. Imagine when you get in the bigger niches, when you have 10, 20, 30, 50, 100 PBNs going to a site, powering that up, where you're not making $20 to $50 per sale, you're making 10 grand per sale. You're making 100 grand per sale. The larger niches. So hopefully this helps put things into perspective for you. I wanted to show you, number one, that if you're not learning about PBNs, you probably should. Number two, understand the power of PBN links. Understand the power of a homepage link. Understand the power of an aged link. Okay, again, this link's been up for 8 years, and it's really the only thing powering this site. Okay, and it's not like this is like a super easy term, all in title. So let's see how many people have this in their title. So then we'll go to tools. And we see there's about 1,400 sites out there that still have magic of making up in their title, including Amazon. And I'm outranking them because of one PBN link. One PBN link. That's it. And one of the reasons is because it's a homepage link that has been around for a long time. It's been around for over 8 years. So I know this is a little different angle than I usually shoot, but I wanted to I want to start showing you guys things in different angles because different people learn stuff in different ways. And if you have questions, make sure you comment. I'm trying to answer the comments a lot more and all that. But this should show you the possibilities. And remember, this site is extremely ugly. It's not really conversion optimized. I have no list set up. Like, there's so many things I could do here to be turning this 250 per year into 2,000 per year or 3,000 per year. And then I can start doing the same thing for new products that get 100 times the searches, 100 times that, which is what, 25 grand, a year. And that's just one product. So start seeing the possibilities with affiliate marketing, especially when you get the powerful links in there like a PBN. Okay, I probably paid like $100 for this site 8 years ago, and it still is powering a site right here that is making me $250 a year currently. And it's made me thousands of dollars a year in the past, all based off this one link. So just pay attention to PBNs, how powerful they are. And if you're not learning about them, I think you should start learning about them. Make sure you put your questions, comments in the box. Talk to you soon.